so I'm not resigning. And if you don't think I'm good enough to do this job, why would you want me to go somewhere else and do it? It just didn't make sense to me. So I told him I wasn't resigning, and then he says, well, all right then, I'm not gonna help you anymore. Mind you, he wasn't helping me in the first place, but I'm not gonna help you anymore. I've been using my computer in the car up to that point. He told me I couldn't use my computer anymore and that I wasn't gonna get any help. So, and I look at him and I say, so you're basically just hanging me out to dry. And he just kind of shrugs his shoulders, puts his hands up, and I'm like, all right. So I was really naive to that at first. This is getting really long, but the last part of the story of that thing that day is that the very next call was a call that I hadn't gotten before, and I didn't know how to deal with it because there's a lot of little detail aspects. And so he immediately starts to help me. I'll spare you the details, but long story short, I was finishing up the call and go to get a form out of the police car, and the police car's gone from where I parked it. Mind you, I left it unlocked because I had to leave the lights running, because if I didn't leave the lights or the key in the car with the lights running, they told me that the battery would die. So I only had one key, so I left the door unlocked. And when I came back and the car was gone, I thought I had gotten the car stolen. Long story short, some other officers had come and taken the car. And I thought they just told me I was getting recommended for termination, and now I got the police car stolen. I'm toast. As you see, I'm still here, so that didn't happen. But the reason it didn't happen was because of a couple of other black officers, I think. So when we talk about racism, when we talk about blacks in America and being a black police officer, even up until that point, I was still like, no, there's got to be something else. But what made me understand what really rocked the boat on that incident was when a couple months later I finished and I was all through and I was getting my regular assignment because I had passed and everything. I had heard rumors from my police academy class that they said that I let my FTO get into a fight. They didn't say that, but they said they heard I let my FTO get beat up in a fight. Mind you, there was no fight at all. And the other part of it was that one of my instructors came to me and asked me about that one comment that I made. They were like, well, what were you talking about, your people? And that helped me understand that was the one thing I said that rang somebody's bell somewhere. Because it was just me and that one person in that room, in that conversation. But it had gotten out to a bunch of other people that, I won't say any more because there's not much more to say. I just gave you the real long version of the story. I don't think there's any way to make that shorter. So racism is a real thing, but race doesn't really exist in my opinion. It's just a made up thing. Because we're way more alike, people are, than we are different. Yet we are all very unique. And the crazy thing about being a police officer and being a black man in America is that since those two things don't really coincide in the system, it makes for somewhat of a tumultuous journey. It can. It's not that way for everybody, but it can. It's either complete assimilation or struggle and strife. That's the reality. So, if you got any comments on any of that, any questions, anything like that, they're more than welcome. If you watch this whole thing, you are a champ. I can't believe I just talked that long, really. But hopefully it was informative and engaging enough that you don't feel like your time was wasted. So, this is Don Goes Digital. Should be wrapping up here in the next 4 hours. So, probably not going to say anything else. I'll just post this whenever I can post a 25-minute video or however long this is. But appreciate y'all listening. And again, I don't speak on behalf of all black people, and I don't speak on behalf of all police officers. And I'm definitely not a representative or speaking as a representative of the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department, speaking on my own. These are my own views, everything. But the story is a real story, and take it for what you will. Appreciate y'all.